My grandfather started walking to the house. And when he got there, my grandmother opened up the door and my grandfather never made it back inside that house. He dropped dead at her feet. He was a farmer. He was not rich. He was just a hard-working person trying to provide for his family. My grandfather was electrocuted. And the reason he was electrocuted was because the electric company had built power lines over the top of his pump house. He and another one of the neighbors was pulling that pipe up out of the well, and the power then jumped from that electrical line and it hit the metal pipe that they were holding.
7,200 volts went coursing through his body,
leaving behind not only her, but 7 children on that farm, one of which was my dad, who was a teenager at the time. It wasn't until July 1958 that the case was finally resolved. It was an amazing verdict at the time because it was the largest personal injury settlement in the history of South Carolina. That money was what was able to take my father to go get an education. It took them out of poverty, and he went on to serve our state in the South Carolina Senate. If it hadn't been for those lawyers who were willing to fight and for the family's resolve to hold that electric company accountable, they would have gotten away with it. And I learned from that case that insurance companies and big companies, they don't play fair. That's why I do what I do. When I learned how to stand up for myself, when I found my voice, now I get to spend the rest of my life and my career working in personal injury cases or working on family court cases so that I can help people find their voices too.
I reached out to Elliott Frazier when I needed some legal guidance for a situation that had come up and needed urgent tending to. And my newborn son was in the NICU. The hospital is causing a roadblock, making it next to impossible for me to even prove paternity. Without proving paternity, my son was going to end up in the system. I showed up with Angela and her team, and I was awarded custody before paternity was even proven. She was aggressive when she needed to be and delicate with things that were of a delicate nature. With everything that she did, it really gave me the best thing that I've ever had. I have never once regretted making that call. I'm glad to this day that I did.
I know firsthand the value of lawyers who will not back down. And that is what we do here. We give back and we work hard and we try and make sure that we represent our clients the best we can, as hard as we can, and give them the results that they deserve. My father always provided these words of wisdom, and one of those was, "To whom much is given, much is expected." I live my life by those words. I teach my children those words. To whom much is given, much is expected.